Welcome to the channel, guys. This is Slight. Today we're going to be doing a brake fluid flush. Brake fluid, it absorbs moisture right from air. The reason why people think that it needs to be done is because of dirt or grime and stuff in it. It'll go almost like a dark green or like almost like a black. That's not necessarily why you're replacing it. You're replacing it based off of water count, meaning the brake fluid percentage is, say, 2%. I know in automotive, they say about 2%. That's about every 2 years. Bikes are slightly different, but the concept is pretty much the same. Okay, we're actually gonna do the front first. Depending on the manufacturer, the screws, I don't remember what they are, but we'll put it up there. So those screws, you can tell the difference between them. On the, like one of the edges here, you'd have like a little dot. The Rebels do not have that. So you see on there, there is actually no dot. If you put it this way, see how it's like on an angle? You don't want to do that. So then it's straight up and down. Even straight, it's kind of angled. So we are going to move it to the side. So then it's up, straight up and down. So the first step we're going to do is we are going to take the reservoir off. Now there's going to be like a diaphragm underneath. You're going to take that with you too. I'm actually going to take these screws right off so I don't lose them. You're just going to pop it up. See how it's covered. As you can see, the fluid is very, very clean. This is for just showing you how to do it if you were in fact doing like the brake line extender. We have it all set up. We're going to show you how to bleed it at the bottom. So there's a rubber grommet right here. You're going to take that off. You're going to use a wrench. I have a brake wrench, right? It's actually for this, but you can use just an 8mm, okay? And all you're going to do is put it on. Then you're going to grab your hose. I have a hose specifically for brake fluid, but you can get even those like nose breathing things and use them as well. A lot of people use that. So that will hook on there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pump, we're gonna hold it, and then we're gonna release it. Pump, hold, release. So then what'll happen is you'll feel in the hand, when you release that, it's gonna kind of squeeze down. Pump, release, back down. So pump, hold, release, back down. Pump, hold, release. So all you're going to do is you're going to top this up, and brand new container, you put 2 holes in it, you fill it up until it's right up to the top. Okay, so you're going to put this back together, the cap back on, and you're going to grab your screws. You're going to put it in a little bit just by the weight of the screwdriver. That way you're not cross-threading it. Tighten it down. Okay, so pretty much that's the front. I've cleaned and put that all back together, the cap and stuff. That's all capped up. That's the front. Very simple. Does not matter if it's an ABS or a non-ABS unit. It does the same thing. Okay, so the back side is pretty straightforward. It's the exact same thing as the front. The only difference is you're gonna have to get to the reservoir over here. That's just this one bolt. It's going to be a 5mm Allen. This will come off. There will be a little clip underneath here, and then there will be like a cylinder kind of that holds the brake line. It's a little bracket assembly essentially, right? So you're gonna be dealing with the back here. So it's gonna be the same thing. You're gonna be bleeding from the bleeder screw. So you're gonna just pump and then you're gonna crack the bleeder, right? So I'm gonna say pump, hold it, and then I'm gonna crack that, and then this is gonna come down until the stop. Close that off, and then you can let it back up again, pump, 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 and then same thing. So we're gonna move this first. So that is the plastic piece. There's this little kind of joiner. That is right there. Here, I'll show you. So that's there. So this screw goes into there, and like the plastic piece would be in between, and then that's how you tighten that up, right? This is just gonna hold that brake line so it's not kind of getting stuck anywhere. So let's move that over. So that's the rear reservoir. You're just gonna loosen these off, this one and that one. That is actually the different screws. It's not actually Phillips. I'll throw a link into the description for the proper screwdrivers for it, but you can tell by the, like a little dot. Okay, so you can see I'm going to put fluid in it, and then I'm going to put it back there just so then it stays level. So again, it's going to be an 8 mil. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, crack. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Put this back together. Then we're going to want to fill up this. So again, if you're low already, you're going to constantly fill that up. Do it a couple times, check it, make sure that you don't go low. You can tell by the 2 lines there. Once that becomes too low, you're going to get air in the master. You don't want that. We're going to loosen this off. That's the metal. And on the metal, it actually tells you it's .4. Because of the vacuum of it, it will pull this back, so you just push this back. Again with the 2 holes. So all you're going to do is put this back together, the cap back on, screw on each side. Okay, and then what we're going to want to do is put this back together. So this will go over top of this line here, and then that'll go in here. So there's like a little collar that'll be in with this collar here. That'll go inside. Okay, this will come in, so see the tab there? Tab comes up and in. Fastener goes through. Okay, so that's the brake fluid. Pretty simple, pretty easy. All you have to do is make sure that work is clean as possible. That's why you use the hose. There is people that crack it and let it go, but the brake fluid will chew up your paint. It will screw up your rubber. You want to be as clean as possible, right? Or any leaks or anything that come on, you got to wipe it off pretty quickly. And brake cleaner will work quite well with that. Anyways, that is doing the brake fluid on the Rebel. It changes really nothing whether or not it's ABS or non-ABS. It's pretty much the same. I have a video on the risers and the extension. You can do the brake fluid if you wanted to add that extension line, but in the last video I showed how you can actually get the master and stuff. You can move it right through without actually disconnecting anything. If you have larger bars, then you're going to need to have the extension. You are going to have to do this, and that's pretty much the exact same thing, how to do that. Every 2 years, you're going to want to do the brake fluid. They say brake fluid absorbs about 2% every couple of years. 2 to 3% you're wanting to replace the brake fluid, and that's percentage of the actual brake fluid is water. If you like this channel, if you like this content, give me a thumbs up, a like and subscribe, and until next time, guys.